Welcome back to the final part of today's Now We're Talking. With me in the studio is the writer Danielle Matthews and Valentino Tia, the DJ, not the stripper, talking about the most shared news stories of the week. Don't forget that you can join us on social media by taking part in the show. You can tweet us at That's Manchester using the hashtag That's Talk, or you can follow us on Facebook. I'm still kind of like getting a bit over that you used to be a stripper.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I ran into some financial difficulties after I studied music recording technologies at the Toronto Film School.
Right.
And I ran into some financial difficulties at the end. It was very expensive to go to film school.
It was a means to an end.
And you thought, I look beautiful, why not?
Ended up in Montreal on my tail, and a friend said, why don't you try out at the Stock Bar? Sorry. This is top strip bar on Rue Sainte Catherine in Montreal. But they only hire the most beautiful men.
So you went next door?
Well,
I'm kidding.
I thought, there's no chance, and they're all the straight guys that work in gay bars, you know. There's no chance I'm getting on that stage. It's like the Chippendales of the gay world. But the director said, go up and get on the stage and give it a go, and I did it, and I got hired at this place. It was amazing.
Okay.
It was a wonderful experience.
I'm sure we'll come back to it another time, but we'll just need to move on with the last part of the show.
Oh no.
Yes, okay.
Would you like to know the secret of the pool?
No, we're talking something about a little bit more interesting, trains. Southern Rail is to restore a full service on the trains from next Tuesday after a union suspended industrial action, the rail firm has said. The train drivers union ASLEF had been due to strike for 3 days next week, but has called off the walkout. Southern said that the rosters had already been issued and it could not run a full timetable until the 24th of January. But the announcement was made ahead of fresh negotiations taking place on Wednesday between ASLEF and Southern. Basically, I don't know if you're aware of this rail strike that's hit the capital. It's been trending in the UK.
I've heard some rumors.
It's been quite a lot. So basically, the train drivers aren't happy with the fact that there's going to be some changes to their job role, if you like, and they will. The main change is that they will be in charge of opening and closing the doors.
Yes,
on the train service. Therefore, it could possibly make the conductor's job role redundant, and this is the big furore about it. But obviously it's hit the capital. This is Southern Rail who want to bring in these changes. The driver operated train doors, and yes, it's hit the capital.
It's fantastic because that if you don't have if the unions don't take action on these things, if the drivers and conductors don't get together and fight for their right in this situation, the whole world's becoming computerized. There's going to be a computer running the train anyway at some point soon, and there's going to be no need for anybody. And these people probably don't get paid what they're worth to start with.
I think it sounds like a little issue. If you're not a train driver, you're going to be thinking, what's the difference?
The doors are still going to open and close. Exactly. Who cares who's pressing the button?
But if it's your particular job and it's your job role, and you see there's been maybe it's a bleeding together, what they're probably expecting is, okay, well, job one is you now do the doors. Okay, guys, that's fine. The next week, what's the next job? And it's going to amalgamate and take away, like you said, the jobs of the conductors potentially, and then it's less people working. It's just down to one person doing the jobs of two, probably for the money of half a person.
And I use the train a lot.
Everyone does.
And I like to know that there's going to be somebody there when I get to that platform to talk to.
Yeah.
Because I'm an artist, I'm a DJ, I live the life. I don't know what's going on from one minute to the next sometimes. Do I go in this door? You know,
yes,
blah, blah, blah. Yes. Am I even on the right platform?
I think some of the arguments,
stuff, you know?
Some of the arguments, though, have been potentially around the safety issue. You know, most trains, there are at least 2 people on the train. There's the driver who's sat in his cab, who goes, that kind of thing, and then there is the guard or the conductor who will then operate the doors, check for tickets and whatever, but be the customer service face, if you like, of the train.
Works. I don't know why they changed it.
Yeah, well, it does work. It has worked since, day one, hasn't it? Since year dot, when they invented trains. But I mean, the issues that are coming up is that what happens if the guards then do lose their job and there is nobody face to face on the train. There is one person on that train driving the train, and something could be going on in the carriages behind him. He's not a clue what's going on. Or if something should happen to the driver and there's one person on the train, there's something could happen.
Yes, and today with terrorism the way it is, I would even feel happy to know that there's a security person on every train that I'm on. Sometimes I get a bit nervous, It's hard enough living in Liverpool, coming from Manchester, and every 2 minutes there's a football game at Man City or Manchester. Yeah. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm sorry that might offend some Manchester people, right? And I oftentimes I'm in Manchester late at night, coming back to Liverpool on this train, and I've got to check the score. I have to know what the score was before.
To get the mood of the train. Yes. But this is it, having more people on board. It's not just for safety reasons necessarily as well. I've been on trains before. It's easy done, and then you think, am I actually on the right train? I need to have someone there to ask, and if you need to get off and change and redirect, having customer service is something that we're losing a lot in a lot of service industries. And I think to take it away from the trains is a very bad move. Yeah. So all power to ASLEF.
I think all everyone on the train, all the staff on the train should be responsible for the safety of the people on the train.
Agreed. Yeah.
So it shouldn't just be the driver who the driver is like, right, okay, I have stopped. It is now safe for people to disembark the train. I will open the doors. I think lighten the workload. This guy's got to drive from A to B without running over a cow or something.
Exactly, concentrate on that. Forget the doors.
That kind of thing.
Get there.
It's like, do you still use the teller at the bank, or do you put your money in the machine?
Oh no, I do go to a person.
I go to a person as well.
You go to the machine and it's saying, would you like this? What about that? How about this? It's like, no, it's easier just to go to someone and say, this is what I would like. And you get a smile. You don't.
That is another story though, isn't it?
Yes.
Fantastic. I like talking to people.
Yes.
I like to touch them, I just like to know connection. I can connect with a person who might understand that I can't get the words out right that I'm trying. What is he saying? You know what I mean. Yeah. You can't say that to a machine.
No.
If they do push ahead though and do these driver operated train doors, then it won't be long before it's rolled out across the country.
Yeah,
so potentially, it will change the whole landscape of rail operations, won't it?
I think whatever happens down south that'll indicate what's going to happen for everyone else. If they say we're not going to put the door issue onto the drivers, keep it as is, that'll stay the same elsewhere. Any concessions are made either way, it will eventually just be normalised throughout the rail service, won't it, even up north?
I think train travel
it's similar to a train, isn't it? A tram.
A tram it is.
Yeah. A tram only has one person on board.
But it's automated doors, isn't it?
Yeah, but they have to press the button to automate the doors.
Oh, so it's the same, isn't it, I suppose? Maybe we should get the tram drivers down. So go and sort it out. We've got strikes going down in London. Go and have a word.
Go and get it sorted. Well, no, I'm just kind of thinking that, maybe that's the kind of thought that's going through, rail bosses' heads.
Then, these companies make lots of money, and they're making more money than I've ever even knew existed these days. And they're cutting back people.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's not so we've got it's just the money.
People are expensive though, aren't they?
No, they're not.
Well, it depends on the person, doesn't it?
I think it's terrible because a lot of commuting goes on today with us and with our lifestyles and whatnot, and it's nice that somebody can show you the way. I think, especially on public transport, and it's nice to feel safe. And it's nice to have that added bit of security.
People cost money, but there's no price on safety.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't think. We'll leave it there. We'll move on. It's our last story actually of today. Excuse me, clear my throat. Yes, finally today, the hashtag Meet the Famous has been trending online this week, in particular Twitter. It's one of those funny random things that have gotten everyone to follow in the fun. The rule is simple: to make a famous person's name using the name of a piece of meat. Okay, so some examples have been Will I Ham?
Sorry. This is going to tickle me, this. I like that.
It is.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, Will I Ham, the artist formerly known as Mince.
Hilarious.
Anthony Chopkins. And finally, this one, Alfred Lord Venison. I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but can you think of any random ones?
I knew you'd say that. I'm thinking it's mince.
It's hilarious. Yeah, the British have a certain way of humour. It's so funny.
We need to get on Twitter quick. We need to get on Twitter and get some meaty things. But it is just random, isn't it? That people can just say like, "Oh, meet the famous." This is.
It happens, doesn't it? It's like this things where it says replace the name of the last film you watched with potato, and you know, like elements in it, and it becomes this huge trending thing, and everyone's putting all these little elements on. I'm not very good at
It's funny, yeah.
Definitely, I'm going to have to get onto Twitter. I'm going to have to get on Twitter and see what there is for next week. Yeah. Anyway, that's all we've got time for today. My thanks to the writer Danielle Matthews and the DJ Valentino Tia, and for you at home for watching. I'm back in a few weeks, but do join Paul and Simon next weekend for a run round of the week's top trending news stories. Goodbye.